So I've played for Chester throughout all the age groups. Obviously, the first age group's under nines. My dad tells the story. I think I was 5 when I played my first game. Obviously, playing the team that Joe played in because my dad ran the team at the time as a 5-year-old, and then I progressed throughout all the teams there. And then I made my first senior debut at, I think I was 11, playing in the third team. Late call up, Doug Ramsey's team at the time. I remember on the back pitch. And yeah, it was a great experience. And then obviously I played fourth the next year. I think I've had around about 1 or 2 years in each of the teams, starting with Paul Ducker, and then third team with. So it's been really good. And then I made my first team debut when I was 12, and yeah, obviously it's Seamus. It was a late call up, and I was playing for the third team at the time, and amazing. I remember I batted number 11, got 7 out off an edge against Neston, and yeah, that's my experiences with Chester in the first team.
Right, as most of you know, I was lucky enough to be born in South Africa, moved over to the UK at the age of 10. My dad had looked around the area to find the best cricket club for me to play at, with me and my brother being keen cricketers back in South Africa, and Chester Boughton Hall was found. So first of all, started playing in the 11s with the likes of Freddie Owen, Simon Law, Chris Hollandale, to name a few, and again made the same as Harry, made my way through the ranks at Chester. Fortunate enough to make my debut at the age of 14 or 15 for the first team here at Chester. Wasn't the best start. I think, if I remember correctly, it started with a golden duck, and that innings was followed by a further 3 ducks in the next 3 games that I played for Chester Boughton Hall first team. But luckily, in time, I scored some runs and finally cemented a spot in the first team in 2 years' time after that debut.
Obviously, playing Chester seniors for a number of years now, but I think the main highlights for me is obviously coming into the first team and the success I've had almost straight away coming into a great team with the likes of Warren, obviously. I think the treble winning season last year was obviously unbelievable, but I think something which stands out for me was my first year in the season, first season in the first team, and that was the Cheshire Cup win. I think for me, playing at home and being able to contribute in that game and playing against Hyde of all teams as well, I think for me that was a real achievement as a team and highlight.
I probably agree with Harry there. I wasn't as fortunate as Harry to move into a successful team immediately. We struggled within the first few years when I started, even to the point when we got relegated, but were fortunate enough to bounce back up. It took me about 5 years to eventually play in a final for Chester in the 2020 Reddishaw Cup, I think it was back then, which we lost. But the first Cheshire Cup final against Hyde was a highlight. Great team to have played against. They were, I'd always say, at that time it was always between us and Hyde. Good bunch of lads, both sides get on very well, and Hyde notoriously travel well, bring a lot of supporters down. Atmosphere was superb, and for the neutral supporter it was a good cricket game. So I think I would agree with Harry there that first Cheshire Cup win, not for the club but for me, was the highlight. On a slightly separate note, achievement-wise, I think the biggest achievement for the team has got to be the win at Northampton for the National 2020 Championship. We went into the season thinking that was going to be a competition that we were going to do well at, considering the type of side that we were with regards to the batting. We were very aggressive. I think pretty much without the exception of maybe one batsman, our top 8 are all big hitters and could clear the boundary very, very easily. So 2020 was a format of the game that we thought we'd do well, but to not only reach the finals, which was meant to be televised, but to win it was a step further than I thought we would get. And to think that we won that out of thousands of club sides, I think was a real achievement. So that is up there with the highlight of the Cheshire Cup against Hyde. That has got to be the biggest achievement since I've been playing at the club.
Definitely.
Do you agree with that?
Obviously, the 2020 was obviously an amazing highlight for me. But I think another thing I just slightly like to talk about is winning the league, because I thought for me, it's something we've been working on as a club for many years, and it just shows that consistency we had all season. It allows different players to step up at different times. Obviously, you did yourself really well that year, getting 1,000 runs. So winning the league, I think, is a grand achievement. Hopefully, if we can go on and do that again next year with another cup, maybe another couple of cups as well, I think that would be perfect. But winning the league for me is obviously a massive achievement if we do it again.
I mean, it's been difficult, especially for Harry, with them coming to the side, with it being so successful. Off the top of my head, he'd probably won between 6 and 7 trophies since he started playing regularly in the ones. So it is a difficult one to. It's difficult to choose what have been the special moments. But Harry's obviously come into the side and had an immediate impact. What would you say are your personal achievements that you're most proud of?
Like I said about the Cheshire Cup, obviously that's such a special day as a team achievement, but personally, coming on, watching other people bowl beforehand and watching the game get closer and closer with the Hyde, the big run chase that we got, I think we got 280 batting first, and seeing them develop and good players for them, batting well, such as Bears, I remember he got 50, and watching the game develop, and then I remember Seamus handing me the ball when Rollo was bowling well, I'm thinking, God, this is a big moment for me, my first year in the first team, and luckily I managed to get 4 wickets towards the end, and we won the game, and just contributing in that first final, and like you said, Hyde, they had a lot of travelling fans, and it really felt like a final, felt like a big occasion, and for me, I think personal highlight, that was still my biggest one, even though I've been in the first team now for 3 seasons, that really stays close to me, that one.